Hello everybody, welcome to my brand new channel. My name is Nathan and we are going to play some Pokemon TCG Online. So just a brief history on me. I used to play this game, I think it came out when I was in 4th or 5th grade. And, I just played casually with my friends and I got into Magic and then quit. And then a couple years ago, several of my coworkers got me back into Magic. And, I enjoyed it, but it was just so expensive. I still have a commander deck, that I probably put $1,500 into, which is just like crazy to me. And so anyway, I started playing Magic Online. But the catch there is that you still have to buy the cards again online, which is really stupid. And the interface sucks, and basically I just had a terrible experience. So then, one of my favorite YouTube channels, Dirium CCG, turns out they started uploading some Pokemon content, and I found out that Pokemon TCG Online is free to play, and you can get free packs and, standard decks and even expanded decks and all that stuff for free if you don't spend any money, if you just play the game. And I got really into that. So, of course, I had to learn all the cards because the power level is crazy compared to what it used to be. Yeah, but I've been having a blast. I've been back at it for about 2-3 months now, and I thought, it'd be kind of fun to make a YouTube channel and to share my journey back to this game with you guys. So anyway, let's take a look at the deck I've put together. This is actually a Dirium's deck tech. They did a profile on this, and I just fell in love with it instantly. So basically, it centers around Aerodactyl here. It is a restored Pokemon, so you can only get it onto your bench with an old Amber Aerodactyl, but we have plenty of ways to do that, and to keep trying to get Aerodactyls onto the bench, as you'll see later. Single colorless for 30 is okay, but we're really after Jet Draft. For a single double colorless energy, you deal 120 and get to discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. It's amazing. 120 HP is decent. I wish it was 130, because it would dodge a lot more, but it is what it is. Resistance to fighting is nice. I've been fighting a lot of Pissimian lately, and that comes in handy. Free Retreat is also amazing. So yeah, we're on 4 of those. Then next we have 4 copies of Talonflame. And Talonflame is the first card I ever saw after getting back into it, and I was just like mind blown. First of all, 130 for a basic is pretty good. And of course, this only counts as a basic. We're not running any Fletchinder or Fletchling. Is that his basic? I think it is. But so we're just counting on getting one of these in our opening hand. And that Gale Wings is an incredible ability. And then one single colorless energy for 40 would be okay, but you get a tutor or search for any 2 cards and put them straight into your hand. Again, that same 20 resistance to fighting that Aerodactyl had, and the same free retreat cost that Aerodactyl had. This is your optimal start. I do have 1 copy of Dunsparce in here, and that is because I wanted... So you have to have at least 1 basic Pokemon. Aerodactyl and Talonflame do not count. I almost said Pterodactyl, but they don't count. So I wanted something with a free retreat cost. So I really like Dunsparce because it's funny when you open against an opponent and you have nothing but Dunsparce, and then turn 2 they lose the game. So yeah, that's very funny. That's it for Pokemon. Next up, we do have 4 Crushing Hammer, an Enhanced Hammer. Typically you'd run 2, but Aerodactyl's Jet Draft already discards a special energy on your opponent's active Pokemon, so 1 Enhanced Hammer is nice. 1 Escape Rope, that's basically your switch. So if you've got a status condition or something like that, or you can't retreat, I just use Escape Rope. I like it more than Switch, because generally it will also mess up your opponent. We also have Lysanders, 3 of those to come in and undo anything if they escape rope into something we don't like. Alright, so these next 3 cards are very synergistic. First we have the 4 old Amber Aerodactyl here. Obviously we need those. Look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck. If you find Aerodactyl there, you get to throw it onto your bench. Yeah, 4 of those. 3 Fossil Excavation Kits, which lets you put 2 of those old ambers from your discard pile back into your hand and try again. And then 3 maintenance. Now the maintenance is only for getting Aerodactyl out of your hand and back into the deck. It is imperative that you do not have any Aerodactyls in your hand unless you are holding a maintenance or an N or a Professor Birch or some way to shuffle them back into your deck. Maintenance is optimal just because if you've got something else in your hand you don't want to get rid of, you can just get the Aerodactyls back into the deck. But yeah, these 3 cards are very important. I can't tell you how many times I've whiffed on Old Amber Aerodactyls. I mean, 5-6 times in a row until you hit that Aerodactyl. But yep. Pokemon Catcher, 4 of those. Again, that's kind of part of the Energy Disruption package with the Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammer. Trainer's Mail, we run a ton of trainers, so 4 of those are pretty important. I'm only running 1 Versus Seeker. I've found that between 4 N's and 4 Professor Birches, that's usually enough draw. We do have the 3 Lysanders and 1 copy of Skyla as well down there, but yeah, 1 Versus Seeker is enough. 3 copies of Scorched Earth. It's a pretty good stadium. We only run double colorless energy and then a couple fighting energy. So we really only use the fighting energy for draw, to be honest. Or if we can't get Aerodactyl on our first turn, we can use Aero Blitz on Talonflame with 1 fighting energy. But yeah, 3 Lysanders, like I said, again, part of the Disruption package. There's a lot that you can switch in or pull in from your opponent's side and then punch for 120. And it's a pretty good feeling. Especially if they're putting, let's say they've got a Mega on the bench and they're slapping special energies on it. There's been turns when, they've had 2 double colorlesses on, let's say, a Dragonite EX, Lysander, Enhanced Hammer, and then Jet Smash or Jet Draft with Aerodactyl, and all of a sudden now their Dragonite EX has 120 damage on it and no energy. And that's a great feeling. 4 copies of N, like I said. 4 copies of Professor Birch. Those are all pretty standard. In this deck, we don't want to be discarding anything, so Professor Birch is more optimal than Professor Sycamore. 1 copy of Skyla, just in case. Sometimes I have Skyla'd for a single Old Amber Aerodactyl, and it's won me the game. Other times, you Skyla for the Enhanced Hammer, or you Skyla for maintenance to get Aerodactyls out of your hand. It's a pretty decent card. And 4 double colorless energy, and 7 fighting energy. That's pretty much it. This deck plays very, very, very quickly, very, very aggressively. I really like this for a first deck, because you win or lose the matches so quickly that you're bound to rack up coins and tickets and packs and stuff from the prize wheel. You climb the versus ladder very quickly. There goes the phone ringing in the background. We're going to wait for a second. All right, sorry about that. We are back. And so, yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I don't have really much else to say. Again, this was originally a deck from Derium's CCGs, or Derium's Pokemon. I have made a couple changes. They ran the, I think, Ancient Origins Lugia EX instead of Dunsparce for their basic. I really like Dunsparce, though, because of the free retreat cost. And, yeah, there's some other changes, I think. But I really love this deck. It's awesome. Kevin at Derium still talks about how much he loves this deck and all of their openings. And I'll have links to their channel in the description below. But, yeah, I have to agree with him. This deck is fantastic. It's so much fun to play. I've really never come across it in a standard versus match. But, yeah, let's get into some gameplay, shall we? Alright, guys, here we go. We are in our first game here. And, let's see here. So, yeah, I'm not claiming to be good at this game at all. Not a good hand. So, bear with me, because I'll probably make lots of mistakes and things like that. But, this deck is super fun to pilot, so I figured I'd just, upload a video and show you guys how awesome it is. One thing about this deck, you want to go first, always. You are going to mulligan a lot. Like a ton. I cannot stress how many times you will mulligan with this deck. They will draw tons of cards off of you mulliganing. So, things you want in your opening hand. Talonflame and N. That's pretty much all you care about. Sometimes you get screwed and have a Dunsparce and have to take a terrible hand. honestly, in a lot of those situations, if you've given them like 7 or 8 card draws off your mulligans, it's almost best to concede. His deck is very gambling oriented, but when it wins very quickly, and when it loses very quickly. That's an excellent hand, actually. Alright, so Gale Wings will let us start with Talonflame out there. So right here, my plan is to Trainer's Mail first, and Mewtwo EX. Alright, so we're going to Trainer's Mail, hopefully hit an Old Amber. Nice. Grab that. And we'll see if we can hit an Aerodactyl right here. Awesome. Hit 2 of them. Unfortunately, we only get 1. Alright, so I'm going to play the Scorched Earth and draw off of that. Another Old Amber, nice. See, nothing. We whiffed on it. So, this is another instance where maintenance is great. So, off the Scorched Earth, if I would have drawn, let's say, an Aerodactyl or 2 Aerodactyls, I could have maintenanced those right back into the deck. So we are going to play an N and get rid of, nice, our opponent's extra card they got to draw there. Put the DCE on Aerodactyl and end the turn. So what I love about this hand that we have right now is we have card draw next turn with the Fighting Energy off of Scorched Earth. And we also have a Crushing Hammer to get rid of that Psychic Energy. And we have a Lysander, which they didn't play anything, and the Pokemon Catcher. And then Professor Birch to reset and draw more. So let's see what we get here. That's a shame we don't have another Aerodactyl. Alright, we will play this. Crushing Hammer. Excellent. Let's go ahead and Professor Birch. Really, with this deck, you want to be so aggressive, like overly so. So that was not very good. We do have the Fighting Energy to draw off Scorched Earth next turn, but look at this, 120 right now. And if he doesn't get another basic, he is done next turn. But yeah, sometimes you'll blank like that. Our only hope is that we can get a Professor Birch or an N off of the Fighting Energy. Let's see here. He has 170. Oh, nice. Well played. Who would have thought he was holding all that? So here, I don't really want to use the Old Amber Aerodactyl because I already have one in my hand. There's one in my deck, which means at maximum there's only 2 in the deck right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Fighting Energy on Talonflame, retreat, hit for 40, because Aerodactyl would not have been able to kill him this turn. So now what we can do is we can grab a maintenance. We're also going to check and see. Okay, so we do have 2 Aerodactyls in the deck, which means none of them are prized. We're going to grab a maintenance and a Professor Birch. Actually, we'll grab an N. And now, next turn, unless he heals again, Mewtwo will die. And Talonflame will take 60, so perfect. We are... And there's the double colorless. Awesome. That could not have gone better. So we're going to maintenance in Aerodactyl and Talonflame. Get another maintenance. Go for... There we go, an Aerodactyl. At this point, he should just forfeit because we have already won. Put that there. Retreat. And just for the heck of it, like I said, you just want to keep fueling yourself in these games. I mean, at this point, we've already won, though, so... There we go. Alright, match 1 down. See you guys on the next one. Alright, here we are in match 2. So, let's see who wins the coin toss. Alright, so that means I will probably go second. This case, in this scenario, you want to be very careful about what you take in your opening hand. Yeah, see, so... Looks like my opponent is going first. Sucks that I have to mulligan. Hopefully I get something. So at this point, any hand with Talonflame you really want to keep, because this deck can turn its hand around very quickly. So you just want something to start the game with, pretty much. Okay, actually that's a beautiful hand. Excellent. And the cool thing about going second is you get to attack first, and Aerodactyl can punch for 120. So a lot of times, let's see what we're up against here. Regice. See, I don't know a lot of these cards yet. Gallade EX. Oh, wow. And Dratini. But yeah, so a lot of times if you go second and have a decent opening hand, if they only have one Pokemon, you know, you can win very quickly. Alright. You have to bear with me here. I do not know what Dragonair or Dragonite does. I believe Dragonite heals when it evolves, right? Alright, if we can hit this... Dang it. Alright. So... I'm going to Crushing Hammer just in case. Miss that. And then Professor Birch instead of N. We'll get the same... Ugh, dang, not good. Not good at all. We do hit an Aerodactyl, but now we have no way to hit DCE. Unless we can Trainer's Mail for a Scorched Earth. No. We can Trainer's Mail for a Fossil Excavation Kit, though, which is okay. We will do that, get back 2 of those. And whiff. And whiff. See, sometimes it happens. Alright. Let's see here, actually. I don't know. I kind of want a Pokemon catcher for the Gallade. But I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna Aero Blitz here. And we will grab a double colorless energy. We'll also check and see how many Aerodactyls we have in the deck. 2, so one of them is prized. So that's good to know. And then we'll grab an N. And hope that he doesn't play an N next turn, because we need to keep that DCE. Alright, well, that went by quickly. Alright, so we will... Now we will Pokemon Catcher for the Regice. Nope, so we are going to Lysander for Regice. Basically, you want to deny your opponent whatever they're trying to set up. This deck plays very aggressively and tries to disrupt like crazy. Man, lots of DCE. Alright, so there goes Regice. And I'll feel a lot more comfortable with a second Aerodactyl on the bench. That's a double dragon. Okay, so he did just play a double dragon energy, which is a special energy. Yeah, there we go. And which means we can Versus Seeker here for Lysander. Lysander out that. Now, if Dragonair had evolved to Dragonite, if I didn't have enough damage to kill it, that would just get rid of the special energy, but I figured that was a pretty good play either way. Awesome. Fossil Excavation Kit is what we want to see. So that means we can get back, yeah, those 2 Old Amber Aerodactyls, and then hopefully hit at least 1 Aerodactyl, slap a DCE on it, and then play a Professor Birch or an N. Alright. This is my first video. I don't know what I'm supposed to say during these long pauses. Do I just talk? I just had some top ramen. That's kind of cool. Oh! That is a real bummer. That we just drew that. Alright. I'm just going to play a Professor Birch now. So, because of that, that meant... Oh, nice. There was only 1 Aerodactyl in the deck. So there wasn't really a point of trying to old amber. Just too high risk. So Trainer's Mail, hopefully for, wow, nothing. Awful. If I wanted to play super aggressively, I could try and maintenance the Talonflame and maybe the Fighting Energy away and try to get something off the draw, but I have no reason to be scared right now, so I'll just drop the Jet Draft. His next attack, I believe, would force me to switch Aerodactyl for Talonflame, but that is no problem at all because every single Pokemon that we run in this deck has free retreat. The other nice thing about this deck is, of course, it does not run any Shaman, as we're about to win. No Shaman, all super cheap cards, and it's pretty good. Yeah, so there's another win. We'll catch you guys in match 3. All right, here we go. Match number 3. We'll call Tails. Nice. So we can try to be a bit more aggressive with our opening hand here. Honestly, I'm just going to keep that. It'll probably come back to bite me in the butt later, but it all depends on what we get off that Professor Birch. Oh, I do? Okay. So I will get at least one more card. Hopefully we can pull an N or an Old Amber Aerodactyl. Another cool thing about this deck is just how little you need to get going with it. Yeah, we'll draw a card. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't really take a lot to get this deck up and running. All right, let's see what we get. Nothing. All right, I'm going to put a Fighting Energy on Talonflame just for next turn and play Professor Birch, and let's hope for a heads. Dang. Actually, that's not the worst. Let's see what we can hit off Trainer's Mail. An N. Perfect. Okay. Not as bad of a turn as I thought. The Chinchou kind of scares me because Lantern will hit us pretty hard because we do have that lightning type weakness. Oh, hey. There we go. Actually, we'll draw off of Scorched Earth. Why not? Trainer's Mail, see what we can hit. Nothing. All right. that is a pretty good looking hand now. Wow. All right, here's the curse of this deck, though. Oh, just kidding. We hit one. All right, we have the double colorless. So I really, really like our hand for next turn. We have the draw off Scorched Earth. We can Skylift for really whatever we need. And I might Lysander for the Chinchou and kill it. This deck does not do well against lightning Pokemon. That's the one thing. Oh, and the Rough Seas. Alright, well, Chinchou just sealed its fate. It will die. It will die next turn. Wonder if he knows it. Probably not. Alright, we do draw the Aerodactyl, but it really does not matter. You also get a lot of rage quits against this deck. Just because of, I mean, there's not a lot of decks that run this many Lysanders and Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammer and have the special energy hate that Aerodactyl brings. So, yeah. Yeah, there we go, like I said. Not really a rage quit, but it just brings a lot of pain very quickly. So, yep, that's the deck. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this first video and little deck tech and 3 matches. Like I said, it's very, very powerful, and it's very fast, and you know if you're going to win or lose very quickly, which I really like because it helps the pace of the game in the early stages, progress fairly quickly. You get a lot of tokens and a lot of versus ladder stuff, and you can get some packs and start trying to get the cards you want for other decks. So, yep. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like it. I'd love if you guys subscribed. We are going to be bringing some more Pokemon content, a lot more budget-focused decks. And, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.